Dizzy Dreamer ASMR. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to my ASMR channel. My name is Dizzy Dreamer ASMR. Tonight we are going to be doing a quick whispered predictions video for Backlash in St. Louis. This is happening this Saturday. This is the current card as of right now. It might have changed. I'm filming this on Tuesday, so who knows, it might change throughout the week. It might even change on Friday night, but nevertheless, let's get into it. So the first match is Randy Orton versus John Cena for the undisputed WWE Championship. This match is pretty interesting. They have a history together, obviously. I wasn't watching WWE at the time that they had their previous feuds, so I'm not too versed in the entire history of this feud. But I can say this is pretty badass. Honestly, this is pretty badass. Love seeing Randy getting a title shot. Now that it's finally off Cody, he definitely deserves it. I will say that the match that John Cena had against Cody Rhodes in the main event of WrestleMania was really, at least for me, disappointing. The moveset wasn't there. There wasn't a lot of wrestling going on. That's just in my opinion, though, so I'm very curious to see how this is going to work, especially because Randy Orton has a lot of energy, and he fights hard, and I'm interested to see how John Cena is going to have to fight. He's going to have to fight. I don't think Travis Scott can come out again. Just watch, they're going to do that or something. But, you know what I mean? He's going to have to hold his own. So, this should be a very good match. I'm going to assume that John Cena is going to retain. Still going to be a great match. Maybe there's going to be something funky. Travis Scott, The Rock, maybe. I don't know if The Rock said he's not going to insert himself into this anymore, which is a whole separate discussion, honestly. But yeah, I think that John Cena is going to retain. The next match is Lyra Valkyria. I always say her name wrong. Lyra Valkyria, my goodness. Versus Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. So this feud began at WrestleMania, where it was supposed to be Lyra versus Lyra and Bailey, I couldn't think of her name, versus Liv and Raquel for the Tag Team Championship, and Bailey got injured or something, she couldn't participate, so Becky was the guest star, was the special appearance, and they ended up winning against Liv and Raquel. Unfortunately said, I've only been watching the past 2.5 years maybe at this point, so I haven't seen a commentator fight yet, so this should be kind of fun. It's probably going to be a squash match. I hope it isn't, just because I hope Pat kind of stands his own just a little bit, but they have to make Gunther look really strong. I'm assuming that Gunther is going to win here, but I can't tell if this is going to be a good match or a bad match. I don't know. It really could go either way. I'm leaning towards it's going to be a squash match. What do you guys think of this one? We also have Damian Priest, or I guess we'll start with Mr. United States Champion right now, Jacob Fatu, versus Damian Priest, versus Drew McIntyre, versus LA Knight. Yeah, I love this. These four men, like, they are fantastic wrestlers, and this is going to be a really good match. Like, I have so much respect and love for all these men as individuals, so, and I love all their wrestling styles, so I think that this is going to be possibly the best match of the night. If the main event of Randy Orton versus John Cena kind of is a letdown, this is going to be the best match of the night. There's going to be so many cool spots from this, I can already tell. I believe this kind of feud popped up because Jacob won the United States Championship, and then LA Knight and Damian Priest were having a match to determine the #1 contender, and then Drew McIntyre interfered, or was it? Yeah, I think that's what it was. I may be wrong about that one, but somebody interfered, and then they all started yelling at each other, and bing bang boom, it is now a fatal 4-way for the United States Championship. Am I silly for thinking that Drew McIntyre is going to win here? I might be silly, but I think that Drew McIntyre is going to win. It might be my wishful thinking, but I'm rooting for him, and I think he's going to win the championship. And I don't know who he's going to pin. I don't know how he's going to do it, but I believe in him, okay? I think he's going to win. The last match that I'll be talking about tonight, the last match on the card, is Penta versus Dirty Dominic Mysterio, who's the current champion for the Men's Intercontinental Championship. This is quite interesting. Dirty Dom, Penta, Finn Balor, and Braun Breaker were all in a fatal 4-way at WrestleMania. Dirty Dom, why am I calling him Dirty Dom? Dom won the title off of Braun Breaker. I forget who he pinned, but Penta wasn't pinned. He was never pinned. So Penta fought Dom. Afterwards, he lost to him, but it was because JD McDonough came out and interfered in the match, basically, and cost him the match. So, just this past Raw, so yesterday, JD McDonough and Penta fought. Penta won, so now he has a title shot at Backlash. This is a really good feud because I like both of these guys' wrestling styles. I'm so excited that Dom won the title. I'm really happy for him, and it makes me happy that, you know, that there's a lot more heat behind him too, and people are now like kind of rooting for him, but he's still a heel at the same time. But I think the main consensus is that a lot of people are just happy for him, and Penta has been kicking ass since he made his debut on WWE, so this is going to be a really nice match with a lot of cool moves, and this should be another one of the best matches of the night. So I'm very excited for this one. I do think that Dirty Dom is going to win, but he's going to win dirty. Something's going to happen, and it's going to cost Penta the match again. And I think that Dirty Dom is going to retain, because I think it's maybe a little bit too soon to pull the trigger on Penta just because he just came into the WWE, but you never know, right? You never know. So that was it for my predictions for Backlash St. Louis 2025. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what your thoughts are, what your predictions movies, things like that. I also do like PC games, like nostalgic PC games, Nancy Drew, things like that. I have such a vast and varied content on my channel. I have such varied interests that I I just post whatever it is that I'm interested in. I will be making a top 10 matches video shortly, within the next coming weeks, and I'm also going